Without our health, we don't have anything else. So I would encourage you to deep in and do a little bit more research yourself. I believe that Emeran Mayer, Dr. Emeran Mayer, he is by far one of the best. He talks about studying this for about 40 years and just now starting to get the glory. But he has a couple of books out besides his published articles that talks about the brain gut connection. And I think it's really goes into detail about this brain gut and how it affects the microbiome and of how it's affect our overall physical health. And it gives us insight into how we can better our overall microbiome, how we can give ourselves what we need with our food, and also what we can give ourselves with our lifestyle, and how we can support our mental health as well. So what I've taken away from this and what I've chosen to support my basis and what my book Rise from Within is that that at the end of the day, it gives us self-agency around some of these things that that having although I also have had some trauma in my background, although a lot of us have. I mean, what human hasn't had some trauma? I am responsible for how I act in my body today and what I allow it to permeate my little bubble. So today, I just choose to surround myself with as much health and wellness as I can, that I am not going to allow stressful environment around me. Although I do have stress, but I do have stress management. So what does that look like for me? I choose to meditate. I choose to be in nature. I choose to do the infrared sauna. And when stress does arrive, how do I respond to it? Do I freak out and get on the train and ruminate on it? Or do I stop, pause, go in nature and either have a support system? Do I continue in therapy? I have these tools that support me in how I choose to process my stress and trauma. So that's number one. So I really try to practice not going into flight and fight. I choose to go into rest and digest, which is more of parasympathetic versus sympathetic response system. The other thing is I choose to do a slower morning, because to me, overall health and wellness is number one, and it's a priority. Like, again, without health and wellness, I don't feel I have anything, and I have nothing to offer my clients. If I'm not well, I can't support you in being well. I choose to support myself with whole and nutritious foods, and I prepare my food myself. That doesn't mean that, once in a blue moon, I won't give myself a little treat or give myself an experience. And what that means is I will go out with my nephews and have an experience or have a meal out from time to time. But I would say 95% of the time, I choose to make whole, nutritious foods. I choose to sleep. I choose to hydrate. And I choose to be around environments that are nourishing to my soul. And this is how I support myself with giving my gut in a healthy place. So, and this supports my hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal glands. Also, my life wasn't always like this. It can be repaired. So I think a lot of people get to the place where they think, this is just the way I am, or my career is just this way, or I've had so much trauma, I cannot repair these things, or this is just a reactional way of being. And I'm here to tell you, if you want to be different, if you want to be healthy, you can take the reins into your own hands, and one step at a time, you can change your own being, your own lifestyle. And it may be uncomfortable at first. I remember when I first moved to Idaho, and it was out in the sticks and it was quiet. I didn't even know how to deal with the serenity. But after a while, it was very pleasant, to the point like I'd walk my dogs in the morning and in the evening now, and I leave all devices at home. I don't watch the news at this point. I'm doing a news detox. I think at some point I do want to be informed, but I will do a short window of that. I just feel that that most of it, I can go read about it on the internet if I need be, but I don't want that filtering into my world. So I think being very mindful and intentional about what I bring into my world, and being very mindful about how I walk through my day and how I choose to participate with my clients, the thoughts that I put in my body, and how I nourish my body. I keep my mornings very slow and intentional. This also impacts how I have a digestive morning, meaning that I poop every day. So that is very important to me. So when we talk about this HPA axis, it's resetting this circadian rhythm. So first thing in the morning, get light, go to bed at 10 o'clock, get rid of the devices out of the bedroom. This also sends signals down to your gut. The gut then knows, okay, I'm happy and healthy. I'm going to be supportive. If you're dealing with adrenal fatigue, these are the things that we have to do on a daily basis to reset the rhythm in our body. So all these things really send signals to our gut, our bacteria, because everything is integrated. So learning to support your overall health is essential. We now know that the HPA axis is basically one of the main root causes of digestive health issues. So if you're struggling with digestive health, if you're struggling with HPA axis, if you're struggling with what burnout, fatigue, trauma, and stress, I encourage you to look at the areas where you can improve in your lifestyle, improve in your health, improve in your overall well-being. Because I had to look at myself and be like, what are the areas that caused me to burn out? What are the areas that caused my digestive issue to get this way? And what am I willing to do to repair this? So, and it takes time. Again, you can't just unravel a knot in one day or even 6 months. It takes time. And I love to tell my clients the amount of time that you've been struggling with your digestive health, it's going to take that amount of time plus some to get to a place of full recovery with your gut health. And that's just meaning choosing a different path, choosing a different lifestyle. And let me tell you, over here, it may seem boring or lifeless to you. It's so much more than that. I have a life beyond my wildest dreams. I'm happy, I'm joyous, and I am fulfilled. And I have wonderful health, and I never thought that I would be here today. So come along the path, and I look forward to seeing you over here.